At the cash wrap to talk about the trip.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
So Bishop,
David,
Gina,
June.
at the
Wonderful
power.
form of a new trip.
wow. All right, so we're coming to you live we're actually live in 3 different places right now. We have 3 different phones up, so everybody's seeing this all at the same time.
We can't see you.
So this is pretty cool. So we are announcing 2 trips right now live to you guys. The first one.
I'm so excited!
So let's thank June, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
June does so much work.
We're
Yes.
not worthy. We're not worthy.
They're worthy.
These would not be possible without June. June has done an amazing job helping all of us make our dreams of travel a reality. So it all started here with these 2, and it just kind of blew up and became even bigger for all of us. So we are super excited about that.
Yeah.
Camera's over there.
Okay. I really didn't want to be here for this.
She doesn't like being on camera. She
No.
just likes putting it all together
I
for us.
do.
Behind the scenes. Yeah.
So what other little tidbits can we talk about without actually saying?
I think you teased them long enough.
I know.
Yeah,
You should
teasing
just
for
tell
too
them.
long could get people very upset.
They
I
can get
think they're
ugly.
upset
Very
right now,
upset.
so say it.
We got threat
So,
letters.
Trip number 1 in April.
In April, so April of next year. This is really good. See, as we prolong it, more people log in and
Oh, I
see.
see. That
So,
one.
so
Just
yeah.
kidding.
So yes, our April trip, our Merkaba Sol and Jevolution coming together to bring you another amazing trip, and we're going to.
You say it.
No, you say it.
You say it.
No, you say it.
You
How
say
about
it.
the country?
We are going to Puerto Vallarta,
Woo!
So we're
I
going
wish
to
you guys could
Mexico.
see this. We'll start posting photos and everything,
Yep.
but the dates are April 23rd to the 30th in 2019. Is it Rio Jalisco?
Is it
Jalisco.
Jalisco?
I think the J's are H's, but I'm sure somebody here on the group will know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yes.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
So Mexico.
So tell us about Mexico. Bishop, what are we doing? What's going on here? Tell us about what's all included. This is all inclusive, you guys.
Yep.
From the minute you fly away on your plane to the minute you fly all the way back, everything, including gratuities, which I think is always a really
Oh,
cool
huge.
thing,
Yeah.
to be completely included. So tell us more, Bishop.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Okay. So I just got this full finished today. Okay. We've been talking a lot about it. When we do the April trip, we do an all-inclusive trip. So the price that you're going to pay, which is going to be spread out over a couple payments, that June will handle for us, will include the flight, your room. You can upgrade to a single or have a roommate. And if you don't have a roommate, we can help you find one. Okay, so there's some people going by themselves. The price will include flight, room, all your food. This place has 5 restaurants. All drinks, including top shelf, and it will include gratuity. So everything is here. The only thing that it won't is if we leave the resort to go do something else, excursion. We'll talk about that much later on as we get closer to the trip. But everything that's inside the resort is included.
This is our 4th year in a row doing an all-inclusive resort, picked out by June, and I mean, it's always a top-of-the-line trip. We always have magnificent resorts and beaches to stay on, but also the excursions that are available to us are also top-line. We get to experience like the culture outside of like the enclosed resort. So every single time we've gone to these, it's literally like we could leave all the thinking behind and just, you know, show up at the resort and some new land and just really discover some really relaxing time or the cultures if we want to leave the resort.
And I can tell you a couple of things about 2 of the areas that I already know, that because I've been to Puerto Vallarta several times. So one of them is called Rhythms of the Night, and this is why I really wanted you guys to go here, is because you take a boat. It's an hour boat ride over to a peninsula, and the peninsula has no power, and it's run on just candles and tiki torches, and they feed you there. You see a show, and they have the conch shells blowing. They have mermaids. They're live mermaids. They have tree people, you know, so when you're walking along, you see a guy with a tree people. So I've done this several times. It's really, really, really nice. I really want everyone to experience this. And then there's another area called Malcon Boardwalk. And it's a boardwalk full of arts and crafts, and they have shops, and they have restaurants, and they have bars, and it's just a beautiful area, day or night, to go to. So, and that's about, I think it was about 15 minutes or 20 minutes from that area. So, anyway, we'll have more of that later, but I don't think you told them the price.
No, we haven't. We're working up to it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
I
the
just-
lowest I think we've ever
It is
had.
the
It's the
lowest.
The
lowest
lowest.
one in
Yeah.
all
Ever.
4
Yes.
years of our
Yeah.
Merkaba Jevolution travel.
Yeah.
So we're going to another review property, similar to the same type of property we went to this past April. Okay.
Which was awesome.
Which was
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
nice,
Yes,
yeah.
it really
Yeah,
was
that
real
was
nice. So we're going to a brand new place that we've never been to before. We have been to Mexico before, but we were on the Atlantic side. We're going to be on the Pacific side this time. We're going to be almost directly across from that, right? Right about
Yeah.
that? Yep.
Yeah.
So from where we were years ago. So we're going back. We're at the lowest price. We have 50 flight spots and we have 30 rooms, right? And right now, that's all we have right now. So
Well, actually, that's not true because take away my room, take
Take
away
away-
your
yeah,
room,
that's true.
Yeah.
take
They're
away
going fast.
some
Yeah.
rooms are
Yeah.
already being talked about.
And
Yep.
the thing is we have 50 flights on Delta from Portland, but some of our people come from Florida or Pennsylvania or New Hampshire, so those people will just need to contact me, and then I work them into it. So
can you believe this?
So what's the
Somebody's
price?
booking the first
You're
flight.
live on Facebook. Right
So,
Are we announcing the price, or are you
Hi.
going to take a call?
We're gonna announce the price. Just a minute. Give me a minute. We're announcing our trip. on
it's
Facebook
business
right
as
now.
usual. That'll work. I know.
it could have gone to voicemail.
That's it.
Sorry, people.
Yeah, technical.
Well, I'll tell you what. While he's doing that, and we're going to be announcing the full price, know this: if you've never been on one of the trips before, or if you're going to come back on the trips, the best thing about booking this far in advance is that it gives us the opportunity to split the payments up into 4 different times, right?
Yes, yeah.
So it's not like you're giving one bulk payment. And the other cool thing about what June does is that we know that during Christmas time, like we're all spending tons of money on Christmas and stuff like that. They make the payments to be early in November and then back again on February as part of the 4 payments. So you never have to worry about like during Christmas time, like maybe not having. Not that we should think about not having enough, but it gives us a little bit of an ease not
Yeah.
having a December
Yeah.
payment.
But
So
this does make a heck of a Christmas gift.
oh my God, that's so true.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Announce the price there, phone man.
Okay. So the price is. Are you ready? $1,549 per person.
Oh my gosh.
That's with 2
That's
people.
amazing.
Honestly,
Gosh.
For
Fif-
everything.
$1,550 per person. That's with 2 people sharing a room. But that is the lowest price we've ever had. I mean, that
And
is
I mean, when
amazing.
you think of that's your flight from Portland, your transfers, your 7 nights in a hotel room, all your meals, all your drinks,
And we're not
gratuities.
and we're not sacrificing quality. If
No,
anybody
no.
that knows June,
Oh my
you
God.
know that when she prepares trips or when she offers trips to people, she's choosing places that she loves, she enjoys, and that have left a good taste in your mouth.
Good memory.
Good
Good
memory.
memory.
yeah.
These trips go so well that they've been building and building and building.
Yeah.
We started off with 50 people traveling. In a year, the travel group will go. We'll have this year alone. We're having 80 people travel with us just this year. So it's only getting more and more every year. And if you ever want to travel, if you're somebody who has been thinking about traveling and has never traveled, doesn't like to travel alone, will be going by yourself and doesn't want to do that, this group is perfect for you. You make new friends, and that's why people keep
You
doing
do
it.
though, yeah.
Really
Yeah,
fun.
What,
Yeah.
you
We
come
are
together.
fun. You saw the pictures we posted just
Yeah.
now, so
Yep.
well that I did in the
Yeah.
Chivo group. But
There's no drama. There's no work. There's no worry. No effort. June is our travel agent. She puts this together, but she doesn't just do this. She shows up, checks us into the airport, checks us onto our plane. She gets us through customs if you've never done it before. She gets us into our resort, make sure we're all settled. You have a problem? June is here. She handles all that, and she's there with us every step of the way.
But there's never been any problems.
We haven't. We've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
We haven't. We've
Yeah,
been very fortunate.
yeah.
So we're very lucky that June does that with us and goes with us wherever we go. So you have that going for you as well, where you won't normally find that. You get to make some new friends.
And I
Always
wanted
people.
to say too that Puerto Vallarta is more like the authentic kind of Mexico. So when you're driving down to that downtown area I was telling you about, it really feels like you've stepped back in time because it's older. It's the old Mexico. So they have newer areas like New Vallarta and stuff. But where we're the downtown area, it's really neat because you get thrown into the culture.
Excellent.
Which is what we want.
Yeah.
We want to be a part of that. So there's all kinds of things to do. When we announce our excursions, generally we pick, we'll get together and pick two that the majority of people want to do. That way we can do a private excursion. If we have a large enough group, they'll supply us one vehicle or two vehicles that will just have us in it. Versus if you want to go and do something that not a lot of people want to do, you might have to ride with other people from other resorts or just that resort. So we have some options for that when it gets closer. Here, to sign up for this trip, you're going to get your paperwork.
Which will be at Merkaba Sol or at Jevolution Fitness.
Okay. We will find a way of uploading it to the travel group. Okay. So you'll be able to download the PDF. You're going to fill this out. You're going to drop it off at Jevolution
Or Merkaba Sol.
right here, and then we will then get it to June. So you are going to fill it out, and in here you'll see that it gives out your forms are right here in the paperwork. If you pick it up here, and this is all the schedule for your payments. There are cancellation fees that you should look at,
Well, what I wanted to say is the reason why you're bringing it to Bishop and David and Gina is because I'm going to be gone out of the office all next week. So after next week, you'll be able to bring me the forms or scan them to me through my email or whatever. But what I was concerned is we're announcing this today. I'll be in the office for only half a day this Monday, and then I'll be out working. I have 200 people coming in to Maine for a group here in Maine, so I'll be working with them for a whole week, so it will be a busy week. If you've traveled with us before and your address and phone number and everything's the same, I don't need you to fill that all out. You can just put your name, David or Gina, whatever, and then I just need the signature. That means that you understand the payments, you understand the cancellation penalties. So this page is for you to keep. This page that has the name and the address on it, I just need your signature if you've traveled with me before, or if your address has changed. But I have people's passport information, I have your credit card information.
Get it
I'm
all.
wanting some new shoes.
Yeah.
But check the date on the expiration of your
Yeah, that's
passport,
true,
right?
yeah.
Because I don't know what it is
Yeah.
for Mexico.
6
Yeah.
months or 3 months.
6 months probably.
6 months, yeah.
6
So
months, yeah.
they won't let you in if your passport is expiring within 6 months of being
Yeah.
there.
That's
But you
good
have
to bring.
plenty of time. A new
Yeah.
passport generally takes around 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So don't worry anything about a passport. And if you have any questions, June can help us with that. David and I, Gina, we've all been through the passport aspects. So, yeah, so the process. So
Yeah.
we have that. Okay, so it's really important. We ran into this in the past. The price is the best price we've had so far. We have a lot of people traveling. I highly doubt that we are not going to fill this thing up and be sold out in a very short period of time. I feel like I'm on a home shopping network right
I
now.
know.
I know.
Okay? But I will tell you very
Sticky
seriously.
tape at the bottom.
Yep, seriously.
But wait, there's more.
If you order within,
You get a mop.
You get a mariachi.
You get a mop.
It's definitely something you're going to want to do right off. If you're signing up, please don't wait. It's first come, first serve. As the slots fill, we'll get to a place where we'll have a waiting list. We're not always sure if June can go back and get more air and more rooms. It's not always that easy. In some cases, we've been shut off. So,
You're shut off.
I
we-
know.
yeah, it's
Costa
happened.
Rica. Yeah.
Costa Rica, we had 75 people immediately. We
Within like less than 2 weeks, and our brochure said you have 2 weeks to sign up.
3
Was
weeks.
it 3 weeks?
We always have a
and
3 week.
someone said, well, geez, the brochure said, and I said, I know, but everybody beat you.
So just kind of keep an eye on that. All right.
I
So
think we're good. April 23rd to the 30th.
Yep.
4 installments. I think the first one is 400.
Yep.
Drop it off here or at Jevolution to get the ball rolling, and then we'll get it right into June's hands. And that's it.
That's
Is
it.
there anything else?
I don't think so.
I'm totally stoked about this.
Oh, yeah.
trip.
Cannot
Awesome.
not wait. Okay.
Awesome.
Hi, you guys.
So we're
Awesome.
gonna have a brief pause before number 2.
Nope.
Well,
we
no.
are we're going
No.
right into it. What Jevolution is gonna,
Jevolution's cutting off now.
Okay.
But if you want to hear about another trip next September, a spiritual journey trip, then you're going to tune into Merkaba Sol Travel Group or
Yep.
Merkaba Sol Live.
Yep.
And they'll tell you all about it. Bye, other Merkabites.
You are too cool.
Okay, so
Right.
We're still live, you know.
I know. Yes. Everybody
So-
knows you're cool
all
anyway.
right.
Yeah.
So you can come right over here because Gina is actually going with us on our September
This-
2019 trip.
I'm
They were
in.
the first sign-ups to this trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so this trip is pretty freaking cool. All right.
You can say that. You can say what it is.
This is pretty. Let's just say this. How long have you been doing your job?
35 years.
35 years.
35 years.
I
Alright.
started at 5. Okay.
We're going to June's hometown.
So, are you excited about this?
I'm very excited. I'm
Okay.
very excited.
Like this is going to
Yeah.
be super cool.
Yeah.
We are going to drum roll, please. Go ahead.
Machu Picchu,
Peru!
Peru. That's been on a bucket list forever.
We are going to Peru.
We're going to
Spiritual
Peru.
trip.
This is amazing. So we're going to Peru a year from September.
Mhm.
So this trip here, June's going to be able to explain this trip a little bit better because she's done more talking with the tour operators. But I will say that one of the things that we've asked for when we did when we added the second trip in, we announced 2 trips last year. Okay. And when we added that in, we're going in September. We have a full trip of 39 people. We're going to Ireland. One of the really cool things about the Ireland trip, not only is it going to be spiritual and be able to do a bunch of things, we're going to be there for the fall equinox. So we're going to go to a place called Long Crew, where when the sun rises, they have this round. If you look up photos of Ireland, it's like a button top with it's a stone building. It's perfectly round and it has grass growing on the top of it. They open up the doors and the light comes straight through during the fall equinox when the sun rises. So that was really kind of impressive that we could get that fell into place for our
Yeah,
trip.
that was total luck.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
It was
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
This year we're going to be standing on the top of Machu Picchu. Next year.
Yeah.
Sorry. Next year, 2019, we're going to be standing on the top of Machu Picchu on the fall equinox.
And Machu Picchu was built in 1440, is what I'm understanding.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
It's
very
pretty
spiritual power center.
Yep.
So this is a great place
wanna
for
be
you, yeah, to get in touch with your shaman side.
Yeah, so this is just one of the places we're going to be. We're going to be doing a bunch of things. June's going to talk about that right now, but we're going to be doing a bunch of things. But one of the things is during that day, that particular venue opens up around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Well, 6 a.m. it
Oh, okay.
opens, so we're gonna miss the sunrise, but
We'll still be there
we'll
on.
still be there on the fall equinox. And what I was told is that even if we were in there at 5, I think I looked it up on Google, it was 5:39 a.m. We wouldn't be able to see the sunrise from
Mm-hmm.
where Machu Picchu is. So we'll just see it once it gets up higher, I guess.
Which
so,
is perfect.
Yeah. So yeah.
Go,
So
go for it! I'm so excited! Oh, we've been waiting so
so-
long for this.
Oh,
Oh, it's
that's good.
crazy.
So we would be flying from Portland to Lima, and in Lima, the flights leave here in the morning, but they get there in the evening. So we'll arrive around 7 or 9ish in the evening. So that night we'll just be crashing. So I did an extra night so that we could see a little bit of Lima. So the next day we will have on our own for a part of the day, and then it goes into a walking tour of Lima. They take us around and show us. And then the following morning, we actually go back to the airport for a inter-Peru flight from Lima over to Cusco. And that's where we'll stay, and we'll go visit a sacred village area outside of Cusco. That's where we'll get the train that will take us up to as close as we can get to Machu Picchu and spend the night. And then the next day we take about a 30-minute ride. It's a little under, but they approximate 30-minute ride up to Machu Picchu. We have a guided tour there.
Let's see some hearts and some faces and stuff on the screen. I mean, you
I
guys
can't
can,
even see that far.
I know.
this is really impressive.
It's huge.
This is huge. So happy about this. This is going to be amazing.
And after that, we take the train back down, and then we board a bus, and we
There we go. We're starting to see
you
some
got
now.
one.
Some
We go
hearts.
down to Puno, and then we stay there, and then the next day we take a boat out on Lake Titicaca.
Lake Titicaca, which is a very impressive lake, I have to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you know some of the things about the lake?
I couldn't speak to them. It's one of the
It
largest.
says that it's Lake Titicaca is the highest navigational lake in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and they have these floating islands, and I guess in the way back in the 1400s probably or whenever, they had the Indians build these floating islands. They take that raft and
The
stuff.
reeds, yep.
Yeah, the reeds, and they tie them all tightly together, and they make these floating villages that are still out there today, and the
Yeah.
tribes are still doing their same rituals. So
On
yeah.
these, it's bigger than our shop. These
Islands,
floating islands
yeah.
are bigger than, and they have actual little huts on them that they live in.
And boats
And
made out of
boats.
the same thing.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
I put a little picture in my brochure.
Google
It is. You're gonna be
Yeah.
blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away. This is. June found us the most spiritual out of all of the people she contacted. She found the one.
Mm-hmm.
She almost didn't even contact them.
Yeah.
And it just said, you know what, I'm going to reach out to them. And did it, and found us the most spiritual trip that out of all of the tours. This was it. It was
Yeah.
screams Merkaba Sol.
At one time, we thought Costa Rica was at the top of the line for people leaving the resort and doing spiritual type. I mean, we
Yeah.
did the, oh my gosh, now I can't
The
even.
sweat lodge.
Well,
and-
what was?
Oh,
what's-
Mexico, we did this.
Yeah,
Yep.
what was that? It's called when we do that whole process with them. Oh my gosh, when we went into the sweat.
In Mexico.
What's the name of that?
The shamanic. It was.
It was a shamanic journey. We swam in a cenote.
Cenote, yep.
Like I'm just saying, well, whatever.
They cook
Sorry,
for
I
us.
wasn't totally, totally on point with that. But we went on all these different types of things that put us into like really, like that real spiritual feeling, that real awakened feeling, that just really unbelievable.
Tezmakal.
Tezmakal. Yeah, I was still
Yep.
thinking about that, and I couldn't get my
You
thoughts straight.
Which is that version of our sweat lodges here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Anyway, this far exceeds what I think
Well,
we've
and-
even done in the past.
Well, and the reason this one spoke to me, and I didn't almost call them because they only normally take 1 to 12 people in their regular tours. So I'm like, oh, we're too big for this because we're going to have 40 people. And she said, no, we just use different properties. And she said, we like people to be immersed into the culture, and so we use really small properties. So I would say we're going to be in more motel size than we won't be in resort
Right.
right?
size.
No,
we're
no,
going to
no.
be in
We're
smaller
going to be
place.
traveling.
Yeah.
So, and the reason also that this spoke to me is because they had things like visit a shaman master on the introduction of Andine rituals,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then you have your own cocoa leaf reading session. They do an energy cleanse ceremony. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was reading all this on the day-to-day, I'm thinking, well, this is exactly what you guys are all about
What
and
we're
what
looking
your
for,
people
yeah.
are all about. If it's something you didn't want to do, you can just watch other people doing it. It's just part of the tour. So,
Yeah. The experience is open to you. It's your
yes,
choice. whether you want
exactly.
to.
Yep,
But yeah, this is going to be a hike. There's going to be a lot of movement. It's a very physical tour.
it is. Yeah.
It's not laying on the beaches and relaxing and
No.
drinking. This is definitely a spiritual tour.
And we're actually someplace different every night. So other than Lima being there 2 nights, we're moving each time. We're either flying, we are taking a bus, we're taking a train, and we're on a boat. So you know that trains, planes, and automobiles.
I want to ride a llama.
Yeah.
Can I ride a llama? I want to ride a llama.
I'll work on that.
Right.
But yeah, this
Yeah.
one. Okay, so this is important. Every night we're going to be staying in a different hotel. So you're going to pack really light clothes. Where it's going to be September, so it's still going to be warm, and we're going to be all the way down in Peru. So the weather should be.
You want to dress in layers, is what I've been
Thank you.
reading.
There we go.
So yeah.
No evening gowns, no
Yeah.
sequins.
And for me, I don't have to have a separate suitcase for my shoes. Yeah.
Neither
So-
does my husband.
Right. So we would be packing semi-light, but they do help us with our luggage and stuff, so.
So some of the differences between this trip and the other. You're going to make payments. We're spreading the payments out further because the price is more.
Yeah. You didn't tell me.
No, and so the price will include your flight out of Portland down there. You'll include all of the hotels, continental breakfast, so a third of our food is covered, okay? And then it'll cover entrance into whatever
Yep.
events we're going to be doing. The things that it will not cover that we will want to bring extra money for. Tipping, any type of gratuity for the bus driver or whoever we have in it, because we might have several different bus drivers or tour guides for different events. So a lot of times, what is a normal thing at the end of a tour?
Like $2 or $3 per person.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have a little basket. Normally, what they do is have a little basket at the beginning of the bus. When you leave, when you're all done, if you're happy with the service, you'll just leave a little tip or something for the bus driver and one for the tour guide. So there's some of those things that are things that we're not normally used to. That's going to happen here. So tell you ahead of time to bring some extra small bills for those type of things. And then food is not included for lunch and dinners. So those.
Oh, there's one lunch.
One lunch. Okay.
Yeah, one lunch.
We're up.
Oh, and by the way, this tour is 10 days and 9 nights.
Yeah, so
10
it's
days.
actually
Yeah, so
longer
it's
than
but then the other thing that I wanted to make sure you knew is that in Peru we have to have mandatory insurance, which is something completely different that I've never even experienced. A lot of the tour operators had this, and so unfortunately where we have the bots, are you interested in insurance, it's going to be different. You'll be required to have insurance to go on the tour. So evidently, I'm not sure what's happened in the past, but it is our insurance probably does not work there. Our regular insurance, you'd have to check with your own company, but I'm sure that there's a reason why they're making us have mandatory insurance. So I did want to let you know. So once he tells you the price, I'll still have, once I get your application, I'll have to tell you how much your insurance is.
Insurance is different for each person.
Based on your age.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's something we couldn't include in the price,
Yeah.
and we didn't know that in the beginning of doing this. We didn't know that was one of the things. The cost of insurance will be based on the individual getting the insurance, and they'll be on top of what the price is that's here. Also, one of the things we're doing with this trip, just like we did with Ireland, is we're announcing it really early so people can make payments. So you don't have to pay for it all at once. But what happens when we do that is the air is estimated, because it's so far ahead that the pricing for the air hasn't even been dropped yet. So we're estimating the air, and so that's something that you need to know ahead of time, that because of that, there could be a difference in price. We've been very fortunate that's not come up yet, but there's always that little bit of
When we do
possibility.
it this far ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. I can get the flights in November, so.
So we'll know by then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So, did anybody have any questions on anything?
Did you want to tell me?
You up
Greg?
front
Yep.
there?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, for the price for this trip, and I just want to stress, there's only 40 spots. There are no more. June cannot get any more.
There's
There's
less than 40
40
because
now.
there's
No,
you do-
I know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Wow, these guys are so
Oh,
excited.
sorry.
They're ready to go.
We're
Let's
going.
go.
Ireland, your guys' Ireland trip filled
Yeah.
up super fast.
Immediately.
Like, so this is
Immediately.
going to be the same thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
40 people max. And we already know that there are 5 of us immediately going. And I believe we have another 10 people that just because of the work happening on it, we're not announcing it, but just because of the work that's happening, I'm pretty sure there's another 10 just already signed up, like they
No
want to
matter
sign
what.
up.
Yep.
So this trip will fill very fast. It's a bucket list for most people. So definitely, if you want to do it, make sure you get this in, your paperwork in to Jevolution.
No, to Merkaba Sol on this one.
Sorry, Jevolution. Gina and Rick are going.
We're going. But
This is
They'll
ours.
gladly
They're not
take your money,
working,
though.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so the price for this one, based on double occupancy, that's 2 of you sharing a room. Once again, if you don't have a roommate, we'll try to help you find one. Is $3,399 $375. So this is under $3,400 to go to Peru, to Machu Picchu, to the floating islands, to Lake Titicaca, to do all of these events.
Indigenous people immersion, so
Yep.
we'll be with them in the different
Yep.
cities, villages.
Yeah, because this particular tour brings us more with the people. So we're not sitting in these high-rise hotels seeing, the Burger Kings of the world. We're actually out and seeing real people, being a part of that, traveling around, seeing different venues every night. We're going to have the cocoa leaf readings. We're going to have the ceremonial clearings. We're going to be able to see shamans do all kinds of amazing things. And the price is under $3,400, which I was personally, I don't know what anyone else, I was blown away. 10 days for that.
It's a once in a lifetime.
It is.
Yeah,
This is
it
the
is,
time to
yeah.
do it.
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Do you have my credit card on file?
I do, yes.
Yes, ours do. Yes.
Oh boy.
So we hope to see you,
Yeah.
all 35 of you, with us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This definitely, please, if you're considering it, let's pull the trigger. It's not one of those things you're going to wait on. Other people did that with Ireland, and we just don't have room.
Yeah.
Something else I will say.
Because of the nature of this
Did we
trip.
give
Yep.
the
We've
date?
already sold one, so
Oh, we already have those?
Wendy, you said.
Okay.
September 19th to the
So,
28th.
Yeah.
We only
September
have
19th.
5 single rooms here. There are no more single rooms. There's only 5. So if you are somebody who will have a hard time with somebody who is you can't be around somebody who snores, or you can't be around, or other things like that, interactions with other people, make sure you get the single room. The single room rate is $3,975. So it's under $4,000. It's about $4,000. But that one is if you want to upgrade to a single room. So the whole trip you'll be all by yourself in your room, and you need that space. Please jump on those
Yep.
those ones very quickly.
Yeah.
There's only 5 of those. This is it. There is nothing more we can do. So please, right off.
So,
nothing more we can do other than put them in a double room with somebody that.
Oh,
With a llama.
thank you, yes. I
With
was
a
thinking.
llama?
with a llama.
Llama. The llama.
All right.
La, la, la,
So
la.
are we excited? Awesome.
Yay! 2019.
Yes.
So,
All right.
see you on the Merkaba Sol travel page. You can
Yes.
see all the information there.
And then
Yep.
in Peru.
Peru.
And remember, I'm out of the office, so please don't hate me.
Okay.
Because I
First
can't
come,
get
hate you.
back.
Bye.
first serve. Let's make it happen. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.